Hi friends, good afternoon. This is Prashant. Today we'll start with the third lesson of this current electricity topic. Now here, this is the part A ka last part, that is choice of material when we use wires in connection. First is electrical connections wire, that is nothing but your copper or aluminum. Now the best material for say good conductor will be considered as silver, but since the cost is very high and it is not available in that quantity, therefore we'll go with copper or aluminum. Now copper and aluminum, they almost have specific resistance very low, and since density of aluminum is less, therefore for high tension wires where weight is more, we are using aluminum. So copper or aluminum, they are the wires used for electrical connection. So wherever we are using wires in our house also or everywhere in practical purpose, everywhere we are using copper or aluminum as a connecting wires. Next is standard resistance. Now friends, we know that the resistance is directly proportional to temperature. If you increase the temperature, resistance will also increase. But in case of standard resistance, that is constantan and manganese, these are the alloy, constantan and manganese. Here effect of temperature is negligible. So here that effect of temperature is what? Negligible. Therefore there will be no rise in temperature, there will be no rise in resistance when the temperature increases, right? So that is called standard resistance. Fuse wire is a alloy of lead and tin where melting point is low. So what is the use of fuse? Is disconnecting your circuit. If current in the circuit increases permissible value, then it will disconnect. For that, the material used is an alloy of lead and tin. Its melting point is low and specific resistance is high. Then next is fourth, filament of bulb. That is a tungsten, where melting point of this substance is very high. So melting point is very high, the material is tungsten. Then last will be the heating element, that is called nickel. Here the resistance, melting point is high and it increases with increasing temperature. Specific resistance is also high and it increases with increasing temperature. Therefore it is the element used is heating element is nickel. Right? That's it for this part A. Now we'll start with part B of current electricity, where we are dealing with EMF, terminal voltage and potential drop. Now just check this part very carefully because this is something important and very interesting. Now there are three important terms. First is called as EMF. EMF stands for electromotive force. The word force is there in this case, but this is not a force. This is a source of energy. This is nothing but what? Source of energy or energy supplier. It is an energy supplier. Now, this is our cell, right? This is a key basic circuit I am drawing. This is the external resistance, right? This is the cell of EMF E inter resistance small r. Small r is called as, small r is the internal resistance. Over here this is capital R, which is called as external resistance. External resistance is also called as load. It could be anything, bulb or any device is called as external resistance. When you close this key, current I flow through the circuit. Right? Now what is EMF? EMF definition says there are two definitions, one in terms of work done and second in terms of potential difference. So I will write in terms of work done. So EMF is defined as it is the total work done to send a unit positive test charge once through complete circuit. It is nothing but what? It is the work done to send a unit positive test charge once through complete circuit. When you say complete circuit, it is through external resistance as well as through internal resistance, right? Okay. Now, therefore, I can write here EMF is equal to total work done W upon charge, say Q0. So I can write here therefore W is equal to E into Q0. This is what is the total work done, right? Now, another definition of this EMF is what? EMF is also equal to, it is the potential difference between two terminals of a cell in an open circuit. In which circuit? Open circuit. Open circuit means this key is open. Then if I connect the voltmeter across this, what is the potential difference? That is nothing but your EMF. That is called as open circuit. Right? Now we'll go with the next term called as terminal voltage. It is called as what? Terminal voltage. Also called as terminal potential difference. Terminal potential, TPD, terminal potential difference. Again, this EMF is denoted by this sign. This is called as epsilon. This sign is called epsilon, right? This is denoted by capital V. Is a terminal voltage. Now, what is the definition of terminal voltage? It is the V, terminal voltage, is the work done to send a unit positive test charge once through external circuit. Through complete circuit, it is only through what? External circuit. That is what is the terminal voltage. So I will write this terminal voltage as V is equal to W dash upon what? Q0. V is equal to W dash upon Q0. So I can write this W dash is equal to V into Q0. Right? V into Q0. What is the other definition of terminal voltage? So it is terminal voltage is defined as the potential difference between two terminals of a cell in a closed circuit. In which circuit? Closed circuit. So if I apply voltmeter across this and if I try to measure the potential difference, it will give you terminal voltage since key is closed. Right? This is the second part. The third part is about what is potential drop. It is potential drop denoted by a small v. It is also called as voltage drop. It is also called as what? Voltage drop. Now what is potential drop? So I will write in terms of work done. It is the work done, right, to send a unit positive test charge once through internal circuit. Once through what? Internal circuit. Therefore, we can write small v is W double dash upon Q0. So I can write therefore W double dash is small v into Q0. Right? Now I will write, say this is the equation number 1. W is equal to E into Q0, equation number 1. This is equation number 2. And this last one is equation number 3. Right? Now just check this part. I'll just remove this part now. Now, according to this check. Now check next. According to law of conservation of energy. According to law of conservation of energy, total energy remains same. Total energy remains same. So I can write here therefore W is equal to, this is W dash plus W double dash. This is the total work done. This is work done across external resistance, and this is the work done across internal resistance, right? This is the diagram about that part. This is the key. This is the cell with plus minus EMF R, internal resistance R, key K, and this was your external resistance, right? This is the part. When the key is closed, current I flow through the circuit, right? This was the diagram. Now I will just substitute that part. This is nothing but E into Q0. This is V into Q0 plus this is small v into what? Q0. Can I take Q0 common from here? So I will write this is E is equal to, this is E into Q0 equal to, this is Q0 common, V plus small v. I can cancel this Q0, Q0. So I can write here therefore E is equal to V plus small v. So over here this E is nothing but your EMF, electromotive force. This V is called as terminal voltage, and this small v is called as potential drop, also called as voltage drop, right? Now this is one equation. Now I'll just rearrange this. This proof is not there, but still I am giving this proof, right? Now check, according to Ohm's law, right here, according to Ohm's law. So what Ohm's law says, small v is equal to I into R. So I can write this is equal to E is equal to V plus IR. Now this equation is important for numericals. Now what is this E? EMF, terminal voltage, this is current, and this is internal resistance. E is equal to V plus IR. Now there are two cases. Case, check. If I will write here, since E is equal to V plus IR, now if I is equal to 0, that is your open circuit, right? Then you will get E is equal to V. This is the definition of EMF. It is the potential difference between two terminals of a cell in an open circuit. This is your open circuit when current is 0, right? Now second case, if R is equal to 0, but this is your ideal case. This is your ideal case. This is not practically possible. There is no cell whose inter resistance is 0, and then only your E is equal to V. So E is equal to V in two cases. One in case of ideal cell where inter resistance is 0, and second where current is 0, right? Now since from this we can conclude that since your I is not equal to 0, right, and R is not equal to 0, therefore you can write E is greater than V. Therefore EMF of any cell is always greater than its terminal voltage. This is the case when you use that cell, right? So your EMF is always greater than terminal voltage. But there is one topic which is not there in your scope, but your terminal voltage will be more than your EMF when you charge that cell. When you charge that cell, then your terminal voltage is more than your EMF. That is something additional. This is there in 12th standard, right? Okay. Now we'll go with some relation of EMF with external resistance and internal resistance. Just check this part. Now we have here, check, your E is equal to V plus IR, right? So instead of capital V, I will write this E is equal to IR plus I small. I will write here, I will take I common, this is R plus small r. So I can write I is equal to EMF upon R plus small r. This equation is known as application of Ohm's law to complete circuit. This equation is called as what? Application of Ohm's law to complete circuit. Complete means through external as well as through internal resistors. Right? Now check the next part. Next part is what? According to Ohm's law, can I write V is equal to IR? Instead of I, can I substitute V is equal to, instead of I am writing E upon R plus small r into capital R. Right? Just cross multiply, this is V. R plus small r is equal to what? ER. Just open this bracket, this is VR plus V small r is equal to ER. So I can write here therefore V small r is equal to ER minus VR. So I will write here therefore R is equal to, this is E minus V bracket के बाद R upon this V. Just open this bracket and we get small r is equal to, this is E by V minus V by V into what? R. So I can write here small r is equal to E by V, right, minus 1 into what? R. Right, this is the relation. In all these cases, only the boxes are important for numerical point of view. They won't ask anything. They won't ask anything about this part. Right? That's it for this video. Next lecture will go with series and parallel combination. Just subscribe my channel and just say you can say whatever you want. You just write in your comment section. Right? Thank you so much.